Hello, I just had my 10x 360 roundtable meeting with Dawson. I'm Maria, and here are my 26 lessons learned on today's topic, attack speed. Lesson 1, attack speed. Attack speed means is the fastest that you can remove time out of the equation. Lesson 2, the best way to take time out of the equation is to have more remarkable people around you. Lesson 3, that's where we should spend our time trying to figure out how can we do 10 or 15 things in 1 week versus 2 or 3. Lesson 4, question for us is, how can we remove time out of the equation? Lesson 5, the model is the way to do it. How to run the ad, how to answer the funnel, how to greet the client, how to make the offer, how to overcome or embrace the objection, how to move into the close, how to deliver, how to service, how to make them feel like they have a remarkable experience. What's the follow-up to make sure that they know they're a valuable client? He just said 10 things, and all of those 10 things could have 10 things each in your business system. And all of a sudden, you're training everybody in 10 different positions how to do the 10 things that feed to the next day. Lesson 6, question with first the context. Grant Cardone presented a great overview of hiring business consultants, and he promoted the availability of the knowledge, the insight, the experience that qualified consultants provide. But he also suggested the main drawback was to spending that money is oftentimes lacking a follow-up from the consulting group regarding actionable results, observable outcomes, and the bottom line, income. Brandon partnered up with Grant and have addressed that hole. Question. As part of the 10x 360, how will I be engaged in the progress, benchmarks, and the follow-up of results? Lesson 7, answer. Good consultant costs a business about $500,000 a year. So, what happens with consultant is you bring in either an individual who probably never built anything as big as what you already have, and you hire them to try to figure out and deliver a plan, and then they say, okay, see you later. Well, the problem of the consultant is that they're transactional. They can only handle 3 to 6 good clients a year. Now, if you have a whole company, you got a different issue. Brandon says he always teach people that there's 3 questions you want to ask an advisor or a consultant or an attorney or anybody who's going to give you advice. Brandon says he asked every executive he is going to hire these 3 things. Lesson 8. Here are the 3 questions that you should always ask anyone that you're thinking and getting any guidance, any advice, or anything from. First question, what is the most amount of money you've ever made in a year? Second question, what is the biggest thing you've ever built? And how many direct employees did you have? Third question, what's the most amount of income that the business delivered to you? Or what's the most amount you sold a business? Those are the 3 questions. Lesson 9. Brandon says the reason he asked those 3 very specific questions is because if they don't fit into what I'm thinking I want to go do, I don't have any desire to talk to any of those people. Lesson 10. Most consultants work by themselves or work for a big firm that tells you right away they're not going to tell you how to go build a business through people. Lesson 11. So, For Brandon, because he had the same implication because he worked with so many business advisors, brokers, and they were horrible. He had an idea. What if? What if instead of in the consulting process, what if he educate us until we need him to build that plate? What if he build online programs to augment the consulting? What if Brandon teaches us how to become a better leader? What if he teaches us how to find, attract, align, develop, and retain great people? What if Brandon teaches us through their programs will we come to their programs and evolve as a leader? Because here's the thing, Brandon says, that I would now blame most business owners. For most business owners, according to Brandon, they want to hire consultants to tell them what to do, but they don't want to take ownership of doing it. Lesson 12. If you're a business owner and you say, hey, I'm stuck at this point. I want to grow to this point. The only way for your business to grow, because I know something, is for the owner to grow. Lesson 13. So, you have to grow your leadership lead. You have to grow your operational effectiveness lead. And you have to grow your belief lead about what's possible, because all things, belief, which have to be supported by operational effectiveness, which then has to be initiated through the leadership. First me, then we. Lesson 14. At 10x 360, they teach us, hey, what are your strengths? You know what's made you good. There's a fraction of us know what we don't know, what we know we need to learn. Brandon says you add two of those things up, statistically, that's about 5% of the 100%, because the 95% is you don't even know that you need to know it until you have a problem. And then you go back and fix it, and then say, oh boy, I wish I had known that before. Lesson 15. Breakpoint 1 is 100,000 to 3 million. The least profitable your business will always be at the top of the breakpoint. Lesson 16. So when you're at 3 million, you're going to be less profitable than when you're in the middle of the bridge, because you're trying to break through. You're adding cost, you're spending more, and marketing, you're trying to hire more people. Lesson 17. The next breakpoint is 3 million to 8 million. Lesson 18. Breakpoint 1 is what you do. So whatever you're doing to generate the 3 million works. 19. Now, to go to breakpoint 2, you got to build a team of people and have some leaders and start to put process in place in order to get from 3 to 8 million. Lesson 20. And once you get to 8 to 15 million, that those processes must be accompanied by 3 great leaders in a business to hold the different teams accountable. And so that takes to 25 million. Lesson 21. So if you look at the 10x 360, you learn about all this stuff that you're not thinking about because you wouldn't encounter it until later. Lesson 22. Brandon says, but you can put all that forward and it will make you healthier, stronger, more profitable today. Lesson 23. Get into an ecosystem of people just like you that are on these calls asking questions every single week, deploying things. Lesson 24. It's about proximity. It's about attack speed, removing time out of the equation from where you're at to what the opportunity is. It's about strategy, structure, and opportunity coming together. None of that can happen if the person who owns the business does not want to take ownership of that. 25 lesson. Brandon says He removed the traditional consultative role into collaborative world. Collaboration. Lesson 26. Brandon says he educate, teach, guide, assist, mentor through all the programs and resources they have. And we show up and we invest our money. That way we are all committed. And he is committed. And that's what the problem is with the consultant of roles. A consultant is not committed to your long-term success. They're committed to the transaction. So those are my 26 lessons learned. I hope you learned something. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My book, Apartment Prescription, is out in Amazon, so I hope you can grab one. Take care, God bless, and happy investing.